Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. We're at the Wendlandt Ranch, Mullen, Texas, for the opening weekend of deer season. Now, after the encounter with a targeted deer in the morning, Steve decides to go back to the creek stand again.
Yeah, the Wolverine as a hunting machine is really underrated. You know, it doesn't have as big a cargo bed as a Viking. It doesn't seat 3 people, but I'll tell you what, that thing gets over some ground really smoothly. And you really can't tell, you know, on a spec sheet how well it rides until you actually get into the seat and give it a go. And I always smile every time someone tells me, I got that Wolverine, it's really good. I'm like, I know it is.
The Yamaha Wolverine features an aggressive, compact look and is designed to be the most capable off-road recreational side-by-side. The Wolverine offers the perfect blend of suspension, handling, drivetrain, and chassis working together to give you the ability to traverse through rough terrain with confidence and best-in-class comfort. Check it out at YamahaMotorsports.com.
We hop in the Wolverine, we go back to the same thing. We park off to the side, off the road, walk in a couple, 300-400 yards, and we get in there and we get quiet, thinking we have a little bit of a wait because prime time's at least a couple hours away. The sun's still high in the sky, and I feel pretty comfortable with the stand. Again, it's a really good setup, and before long, we've got, 3 small bucks already in on it. And it's actually still pretty early, and then all heck breaks loose. I mean, there's deer coming from everywhere, and there's a couple different bucks, but off to my right, I see this big mass of horn and animal coming through, and it's him. He's the first shooter buck in. Then as he comes in, he hasn't looked up at us once. Not even in the morning did he look up at us, so I don't think he knows anybody's there. I want to take my time. I want him to be relaxed. I want him to be calm, head down, feeding, milling around, not worried about, other bucks or hunters. And he seems like he's like that. He comes into an area that I've pre-ranged. I've got it about 30 yards. Oh. Slow down. Slow down.
Do you see it?
I do still. I just lost him on the ridge. But I'm trying to mark him because I think it was a good shot. I think. I think that was a good shot. Felt good. He didn't flinch too much. I hope to goodness that I made a good shot on him. I'm thinking, hopefully he just fell over right after getting out of my view, and we're gonna see some sign, we're gonna have a good trail, and we're gonna go up to him after we give it a few minutes. Got down, looked at the impact spot. Clark came in and joined us for some reinforcements, and found some sign eventually, not a lot. And we went up a couple, 10, 20 yards and decided we needed to come back to camp because if he's bedded down and he's not dead and we jump him, it becomes a really bad scenario. So we're gonna look at the shot on a bigger screen, just see exactly where it might have hit, and we're gonna make a game plan about how we're gonna go after this deer much later in the evening. Back. It's pretty close. Got him. Man, dang it. It's not really happening the way I wrote it up. The fact that I thought the shot felt good to now it's back a little bit and actually ended up being back even more, maybe even a little high. He starts knocking me down the ladder of excitement really, really quickly. I'm frazzled. I want to go look for him, but I know the thing to do is to really not rush it at all, ever. So we got the reinforcements, got Clark and Jeff, and we went back in after dinner, and it was probably a full 3+ hours after the actual shot that we went and looked for him. So we're tracking the sign, and it starts to get a little bit more promising as far as the amount of it and the frequency. We'd gone from a drop every 10 yards, and it was hard in some of this brush to see it, to now we're getting it more often. And the direction we're heading, Scott's with us too, Scott Wendlandt, he knows the property probably better than any of us do. You know, Clark next in line. And he had told me as we went in, we're going in a good direction. There's only really one area this deer can go in, and it's over this in this bottom, and it's best that if he went straight. And he's looking at the direction of the sign, he's like, things could be worse.
Hey. No, don't hug me. You just.
Oh! You just let loose and then you're coming over to share the love with the wind.
Ah, that was the deer we were smelling.
Oh, they're good guys. Oh. I got back up. I came back up for sure, but it was just a ride, and ups and downs. And again, hunting can be, in this time it was, you've got him. We collected him. You know, just 3 hours later, it could be, and it has been much worse. This is a job well done at that. May not have gone down exactly how you had scripted it, but you went hunting a specific huge buck, trophy animal, and you got him with a bow. Yeah, we maybe spun our wheels for a couple, 3 hours, but we got him, he's dressed, he's in the freezer, we're good, and man, what an experience on opening day in Texas.